there, we're here at Grundy Lake. We're camping in this beautiful place here. Lots of trees, peaceful, and I just thought I'll show you how to do a knit stitch and probably the knit in the front and in the back, and then also do a purl stitch. So you can see my knitting comes with me pretty much wherever we go. So I'm gonna start showing you how to do the knit stitch. So if you want to come behind me, and I'll show you how to do this. So here I'm working a knit, and so I'm gonna go in from the front of the stitch, then take my needle behind the yarn, and I kind of typically tend to go and hold this down and then pull it through like that. Take it off, and you can see there is my tension. I kind of have my fingers up here, so I have this running yarn always showing me. So again, from the front, grab the yarn from behind, I put my pointer finger on there and pull it through and take it off. Again, from the front of the stitch, wrap the needle behind the yarn, grab it and pull it through. Same thing again, front, wrap it around, through, and pull it through. Front, wrap it around, pull it through. So I'm going to go a little bit quicker. Front, front, wrap around, pull it through. Going to the front, wrap it around, pull it through. So you can see here I'm going to come to my increasing part where I'm going to do front and back. So I'm not quite there yet. Front, back, through. In the front, wrap it around, finger on, and pull it through that stitch. This one here is where I'm going to have to do front and the back of the stitch. So I'm going to go from the front of the stitch, wrap my yarn around, pull it through. I'm not going to drop this down because I'm going to go now into that same stitch, but go from the back of that stitch and make a knit stitch. So this is increasing one stitch. Same thing again, because I need to have two here. From the front, make a knit stitch, keep the stitch on, and go into the back and knit that one again. So this is knit in front and back. Here we're going to go into normal knit stitch. Again, from the front, wrap the yarn around my needle and out. Front and behind, pull it through. I'm going to go faster so I can show you the purl stitch. So last two. Now I'm going to turn my work around. Now the purl, so that's my first stitch, and I bring my yarn to the front, and I'm going to hold it just for the first stitch because this yarn I have to hold this on here. So now I'm going to I'll put the running yarn onto my needle here, and I'm going to go from the back of that stitch, grab that yarn, and you can support so that you can have a good grip. You take it here with your pointer finger and then pull it through, and it makes a stitch here. Take it off. Again, yarn to the front of the needle. Now you take your needle, you have your running yarn on top of your needle, and this is my next stitch here. So I'm going to go from behind, so I'm going to have my running yarn and the next stitch on there. I put my finger on here, wrap it around, and then typically I take my thumb and then pull it through that open stitch. Again, yarn in the front, go from the back, grab it, and then wrap the yarn around my needle and pull it through from the front to the back. So you have your running yarn and that next stitch on your needle, on your right side needle. Grab it, wrap your yarn from the back and pull it through. This way. Again, to the front, round, and through. So running yarn, my knit stitch, put your pointer finger on here and then wrap your yarn always from the back, hold it, and then you have, well, because you're holding it, you have an open, and you kind of pull this down, you have an open space here, so it's easy for you to pull that needle through. So it does get faster as you get going. Again, I'm going to show you slow motion a little bit. Yarn in the front, through the back, into, so that you have your yarn, running yarn on your needle and your stitch. Hold it, wrap, you take your needle, wrap it behind, hold it with your thumb, and then pull it apart a little bit, and you can see that hole go through there and take it off. And you work this all the way to the end. So this is the Continental knitting and the Continental purl stitch. And you just keep on going, and if you need more help on this, you can always contact me. If you live in my area, I can show you how to do this anytime. We can set up a class, whatever you like, and I can show you how to do this. So this is how the front is. That's the knit stitch, and this would be the purl stitch. This all together, because I'm working back and front to back, or back and forth, that would be called a stockinette stitch. These two together like that. And here you can see my increases, because I'm going to make a little cardigan that I'll design a pattern for. Okay, so I'm going to go off and enjoy the rest of our camping trip. See you later.